Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico, curator of Shine the Light Virtual Art Exhibit. And I have the awesome pleasure of speaking to Stacy Alessio about her piece Windows that's in the exhibit. Stacy, I'm so excited to talk to you. I follow you on Instagram, and I love the artistic, creative, and fun journey that you take me on as a viewer. And your piece in this exhibit, to me, almost like exemplifies that feeling. So I would love to start off with talking about the inspiration behind Windows.
Okay, the inspiration behind Windows, you can see it behind me, but I have it here. It's very small, 4x4 by 1.5 inches on the side. The inspiration for Windows was, I'm a big moon watcher. I love the sky at night, the stars, all of that. So when I go out, especially when there's a full moon and I look up, I just gaze at it. And one night I walked outside on my patio and I saw the moon above shining. And as I looked at it, I started to notice, it was back in the summertime, the lights in the neighborhood, the lights in people's windows shining out. So when I made this painting, I put windows on the side of it to represent windows with light in them, but also our light that we shine out toward each other and encourage one another to keep shining on. That could be sharing a gift that we have, or sharing our ideas, or just being authentically ourselves and encouraging others to do the same thing. And that makes everything a whole lot brighter. And also being under the same sky, the same when we're all connected, that idea on the top.
I love it.
Thank you.
Stacy, this piece, Windows especially, and your work in general, to me it looks very textural.
Thank
and
you.
This piece, I feel like it's almost, it has like a very subtle Van Gogh influence, because his work, he loved the moon, he loved the night sky, and it's got that very thick kind of textural feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely an influence. Not when I was making it. I kind of noticed it after. It was like in there somewhere, but I love Van Gogh. I love the texture in his work. Starry Night is, of course, one of my favorite, a lot of people's favorite paintings, but for the texture, I actually put some paint on the palette and I swirled it around and let it dry. And then I peeled it off and I adhered it onto this canvas to give it more texture with Mod Podge. So
wait a minute. So you created the layering of texture by doing it on a separate surface, letting it dry with all the good, like what I would call like lumps and bumps.
Yeah. So
and
kind
then
of
you adhered it with the Mod Podge, which really is like a glue varnish.
Yeah, I painted it and then I said it had some texture, but then I said, oh, it needs more. So I did that and I peeled it off, and as I stuck it on, these remind me of like little moon craters, so it worked together. And the process of actually peeling it off was like just so much fun. Like I love to peel my dried paint. So that was a plus, and it was just a great experience to make it.
Stacey, I love that. I love that. I would never have guessed that by looking at it, that's how you achieved. And that's an interesting approach to creating texture I would never have thought of. That's really clever. Tell me a little bit about you and your background as an artist.
Okay, my background as an artist. Well, when I went to college, I always drew. Well, growing up when I was little, I always drew. My grandmother, she had this book because we were drawn together, and then she, I guess, thought, well, let's make this a thing, right? She got a book. It's called Drawing with Children, and it's or something like that. I have the book. It's like I love this book. So we would sit and we'd go through like the different exercises together. So my whole life, I always had a drawing book, doodles, sketches, whatnot. And when I got into college, I majored in history, and I took art classes, like, as my course, my electives, and like a drawing studio, a painting studio. And that's where I worked with oil paint for the first time. And I loved it. And I was near the end of, my college career there. And I said, wow, I really love art. But, I did other things. And then I always kept drawing and doing art. That was always my home base through everything, just coming back to being creative, painting, drawing, whatever. So it was just only the past year that I said, hey, why don't I make a website and, you know, join some local exhibits and things like that, and, you know, be part of the community and, you know, shine my light, you know, and see other people's lights shine too. So
there is an energy,
so inspiring.
There is an energy to your work, and then hearing you speak, your work is like, to me, almost autobiographical. Like that energy that's innately in you is innately in your work.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
It's wonderful.
So much. That means, because I tried to convey that and show that, and to hear that it does just makes me so happy. Like, I know.
For everyone listening, please go to InsideSmall.com, see Windows by Stacy Alessio, but also, in my opinion, even more importantly, follow her. Check out her website and follow her on Instagram, and you will go on an artistic ride that you wish you had signed up for sooner.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much for talking to me today.